Hello there, this is Brian from brianmjimenez.com and welcome to another tutorial for your WordPress website. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to create an awesome slider for your WordPress website using Elementor and an Elementor add-on. For this tutorial, you're going to need three things. First, log into your WordPress dashboard. 2, have your Elementor plugin installed and activated. And 3, install and activate the premium add-ons for Elementor plugin. That is all you're going to need for this tutorial, so let's get started. Alright, so we're here on our WordPress dashboard, and before we begin, let's make sure that our premium add-ons for Elementor plugin is active. And if you click here, you'll notice that all of their features are already automatically enabled. But if for some reason yours is not, really what we're going to be using is the premium carousel. And I'll show you in a bit what this means, but make sure that this one specifically is enabled. Okay, so going back to the dashboard, we're going to find right below our Elementor plugin the templates folder. We're going to click right there, and you can see here is going to be your saved templates, your page templates, and even your section templates. So for this tutorial, we're going to be creating section templates. And essentially what this is, we're going to build each individual slide that we're going to present in our slider as as section templates. So we're going to add a new template. We're going to name this slider 1. And we're going to click on create template. Awesome. So for this, we're just going to create a new section, a 1-column section. Again, you don't really have to follow this step by step. You can play around with it and be creative. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to create a 1-column section. And this one's going to be full width. And my height is going to be fit to screen. You don't have to use a fit to screen. Just for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to use it. Now, we're going to go over here and we're going to click on style, and we're going to add a background to this slider. And I want my slider to be an image. So on the background section, I'm going to click on the classic button and I'm going to select an image. And I have already pre-uploaded a few images that I wanted to use. So I'm going to go with the galaxy theme. So I'm going to insert that, and I'm going to make sure it's centered. I'm going to leave the attachment as default. The repeat is going to be a no repeat, and the size I'm going to have it cover. And then I'm going to add some text to this. So going back to my widgets, I'm going to grab the heading widget and I'm going to write a nice message. Let's say I'm gonna have this as an H1. I'm gonna change the color of this text and let's make it a little bit bigger. No, that's way too big. Go for 80. Let's go for 80 pixels. Yeah. And let's add I'm gonna edit this section again, and I am going to add a overlay. There we go. So this overlay is going to be a classic overlay, black. That's a little too dark. Let's go around 30. Yeah, that's good. And going back to my widgets, I'm gonna add a button. Really, you can add anything that you want. It really doesn't matter. You can be as creative as you want with this. I'm just gonna put something really cool here. I don't know. I'm just throwing this out of the top of my head. And let's see the background color. I'm just gonna paint it black, and that's pretty much it. Not a lot of detail. You can be as creative as you want. You can add everything that you want here. I'm just showing you how to actually build it, and then everything inside you can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna publish this template, and I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and I'm gonna create the second slider. So a little trick that I am going to show you here is I'm gonna do, okay, let's go back, save templates. I'm gonna create a new one, new section. This is gonna be slider 2. I'm gonna create this one, and now I'm gonna show you a really cool trick that I use, just because I am going to be using somewhat of the same template, just slightly different on each different slider. So instead of creating a whole new section and going through the whole process again, I'm actually gonna go to my templates folder for this section, and you can see our first slider is already here, so we can insert this one. And basically what we're doing is creating a duplicate or somewhat of a clone of the previous slider. And now instead of building everything from scratch again, I can just edit this one. So I'm going to go to the section, and I am going to change the background to my second image. That looks pretty neat. And I'm going to change up the text right here. And this button, I'm gonna change it right here. I'm gonna make it different. I'm gonna make the color black and the background white. And I mean, again, be as creative as you want. Just change and edit this as you please. And I'm gonna publish that. And then I'm just gonna do one more template. So go back to the template section, add a new template. This is gonna be a section, and make it slider 3. And again, I'm gonna create the template, and as before, I am going to simply import or duplicate one of the previous sliders. So I have this right here. Whoa. Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna go to the section. I'm gonna change the background. I like this one better. Now I'm gonna change up the text right here. Centered. And then centered, and perfect. We're done. So now we have created our 3 individual slides. We were going to create 4, but I'm just going to go for 3. And now we're going to go back and create the actual page. So if you already have a page that you want to add the slider to, just go ahead and open that page. Or if you're creating a new page, then let's add a new page. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to use home, and I am going to edit with Elementor. Perfect. So again, I'm going to just change the layout for this. I'm going to create an Elementor full width layout for this page. I'm going to create a new section, and this section is going to be full width, and my height, I'm gonna have it fit to screen. Again, you don't have to. This is just for the purpose of this tutorial. And I am going to now add go to my section, to my widgets, I'm sorry, and I am going to add the, let's see, where is it? Here it is. Nope. Here we go. So I'm gonna have my premium add-ons for Elementor widget, the premium carousel. So I'm gonna add it right here. Perfect. So now the content type, I'm gonna use a repeater, not a select field. And over here where you see templates, we're gonna start adding each and every one of our sliders. So content is gonna be slider 1. I'm gonna add a second item. Content is gonna be slider 2. Then add another item, and then the content is gonna be slider 3. So you can already see that these sliders are popping up right here, really cool. They're starting to move individually, and it's pretty cool. Like, it gives the website a lot of functionality and a little bit of pizzazz, let's say. So something I'm going to change is, you can really do a lot of things here. For example, you see these 3 dots. I don't want them right there, so I can remove the dots. And you can barely see, but there's like really small arrows right here. So I'm gonna play around with this, and that has to do with this column's padding. So I'm gonna remove the padding for this column. I'm gonna go back to the widget. And I'm gonna say, yes, I want the arrows, but the arrows, no. So the arrows is on styling. There we go. Yes. I'm gonna make the size a little bit bigger. Let's do like a 25. I'm gonna make them white. I can barely see them here. And I'm gonna add 1 pixel right here. So they kind of like come inside. Well, this is overlapping. Oh, that's a faulty design. Anyway, you can totally play around with these. There's a lot of effects that you can add to this, and you can honestly play as much as you want. You can change the transition speed, you can change the autoplay speed, anything that you want, really. Just make sure it's on infinite loop, so they keep on looping throughout the number of slides that you want. And when we hit publish, we can view our newly created awesome slider using Elementor and the premium add-ons for Elementor plugin. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or something that you'd like me to create a tutorial for, just leave it in the comments below, and I will do my best to create a next video. See you on the next one.